What is going on, everybody? Brent's Bricks back here with another video, and today we are reviewing Lego set 75277, the Boba Fett helmet.
Johnny Depp, Boba Fett, that's a bet, Lil Chet, lavish net.
So a few weeks ago, I made a video displaying my entire sealed collection, and I thought it would be an interesting, kind of fun idea to see if anybody can guess what set out of my sealed collection that I was going to review next. And holy cow, so many of you came so close. I had so many guesses for the Slave 1. I added one subtle hint in there that nobody picked up on, but there was another hint that I completely did not mean to add in there that people picked up on. For example, Daniel Dranko said, Slave 1 might be a reach, but you saying you'll be slaving away at work made me think it was a little hint, and literally did not even mean to make that a hint, but that's kind of hilarious. But I added in a clip while I was editing that video explaining something, and I put the Boba Fett helmet on, and I thought, wow, is that going to make it too obvious? And I figured someone would have had to guess this set at some point. And I'm not even kidding you. Part of the reason why this video is coming out a day late is because I got home from work Sunday night, and I'm going through the comments, and I'm like, ah, man, I can't believe nobody guessed the Boba Fett helmet. There was probably 5 or 6 guesses for the Slave 1, and nobody guessed the Boba Fett helmet. And I'm not even kidding. I really sat there forever and just debated on, should I just pick a set that somebody picked, because I really wanted somebody to win. But I had to stay true to the set that I picked from the beginning. But I do want to do a little guessing game minifigure giveaway again very, very soon, so be on the lookout for that. So I finally got my hands on a Yeti product. Dude, this thing keeps coffee warm forever. A coworker actually bought this for me at my work, so shout out to Greg. I bet you after I build the set, the coffee in this mug will still be warm. Just wait. Just wait. It'll still be warm. But anyways, guys, enough of that jibber jabber. Let's go ahead and get straight into the time lapse. Alright guys, so here is the finished product, the Boba Fett helmet. So far out of the helmet series that they dropped later last year, I have built only the Stormtrooper and now building this Boba Fett helmet. It's nice to revisit this helmet series. I really enjoyed building the Stormtrooper, but I did build it quite a while back, so I don't have a review made of this or anything, so it is nice to get back to this helmet series and build another one. But enough about the Stormtrooper, we are here to talk about the Boba Fett helmet. Now, I think I only have a couple small gripes about this helmet. We will go ahead and get those right out of the way before we start talking about all the good stuff. So the first thing we're going to talk about that I'm not a huge fan of when it comes to this helmet is how straight it is on either side of the helmet. Even just the back of the box, it'll show the in-universe helmet, and obviously I have the Black Series helmet that we'll take a look at and kind of compare and see how actually movie accurate this thing is. But if you can see the angles on either side of the helmet, it's not straight down. I mean, the comparison is right there for you on the back of the box. I mean, it does do a very good job. And if you turn it to an angle like this, I mean, that looks much better, and you're not going to notice the angles on the side, but a straight on look To me, that is just a little too barrel looking, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Just like too straight and perfect. The actual in-universe one does kind of bow out on both sides, but that is a minor thing. All in all, I think this is a super, super good looking helmet. The only other negative I see with this helmet is the sort of antenna right here is just, it's a little too thick, I feel like. In universe, it's just a little bit thinner. I mean, if you really think about how thick that is compared to the rest of the helmet, that is pretty dang thick. Again, the back of the box is going to make a lot of these comparisons for you. If you go ahead and look at how thin that is in relation to the rest of the helmet, and then compare the thickness of it there in relation to the rest of the Lego version of the helmet, it does make it look a little too thick in the Lego version, in my opinion. Other than those two very small nitpicks, let's go ahead and look at some of the things I really, really love about this. So right out the gate, I really love this side of the helmet. I mean, this has to be my absolute favorite thing about this whole thing.
That thing is not thangin' anymore.
That thing does not be thangin'.
So I'm actually going to go ahead and break into this right here, because I know a few people have talked about this technique on the side here, but we're going to go ahead and get in there and actually show you. Okay, so if we go ahead and pull these pieces out here, you can see these blue clips on the inside. So before you start building either of these pieces right here, when you're building the interior of this, you think, what is this yellow bar gonna be for? Like, it's pretty pointless, right? Like, what's that gonna be there for? But first you build this side and you see this little clip right here, and then that just fits in seamlessly right there. And then another one is going to slide in right next to that. And then you just finish it off with this top piece right here, and voila, you have an amazing building technique to show the stripes on the side of the Boba Fett helmet. And I think that is a absolutely brilliant building technique, and just good job to the designers overall. I mean, that really, really makes it just a fun overall build, and then the finished product just looks fantastic. I also really appreciate the scuff or the dent they add in on the helmet right there. Obviously in universe, that is going to be a prominent thing, so very, very good job from Lego there. Just another example of the plate stacking technique to show detail on the helmet, just right here. I mean, just simple, but such a great technique to really show some great striping on the side of the helmet. These helmets have a ton of awesome snot techniques all the way throughout the build. On the back, you have some grill pieces that are sort of indented in the helmet there, so really nice level changing and plate stacking going on. And then if we move to the other side of the helmet where the antenna is, I think the detailing is really good on this side, and other than the antenna being a little thick for my liking, I think it looks really good. So I did see a few other people review this set and say that the antenna was really, really weak and would fall over really easy, but as you can see, mine isn't going anywhere. I don't really know. I mean, as you can see, it's got some good friction, you know, it doesn't just fall over, you know, that's halfway right there. So I'm not really sure if the people that mentioned that detail just didn't build it right, but I mean, it seems to have enough tension for me, but anyhow, I'm rambling. So for the front of the helmet, I do think it looks really, really great. Other than the straight angles on the side not being a little bit bowed out like they should be in the movie, I think it looks good overall. And again, at a slight angle, I think it looks much, much better. One more thing I like about this helmet that you can't really do as easy with the other two helmets is pull it off the stand, and then you can display it just like that. And I actually think that is a very, very good look as well. And that's no knock against these stands. I think these stands are amazing. This is a printed piece, so you're not going to have to worry about lining up a sticker on there. So that's going to be a really nice piece and last a long time. But I think the helmet sitting like that off the stand also looks super, super well. Keep in mind, you're not going to be able to do that with the Stormtrooper, because I actually tried to pull my Stormtrooper off the stand and it did not work out for me very well. And I have not built the TIE Fighter pilot yet, so as far as I know, I think this is the only one you can actually set like this. So yeah, there's actually two ways you can display the set, either on or off the stand, so cool stuff. Let's go ahead and move back over to the build table and compare this to the Black Series version. And for the box art on this set, we have the 18 plus style box art. So the all black background with the gloss helmet there though. Nice contrast, looking very, very nice. If you know me well, I am a sucker for the Empire Strikes Back. So anything with the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary stamp on it, I am already on board for. So the back of the box art is cool. I do think it's really weird that this set had thumb tabs. I'm not a huge fan of those on a big box like this. When I built my Stormtrooper helmet, it did not have thumb tabs on it, so yeah, it's a little weird when LEGO throws in the thumb tabs on the bigger boxes, but whatever, what are you gonna do? Taking a quick look at the instruction manual, it is worth pointing out that the inside of these have the black background. I do know for some people with sensitive eyes, this is a little bit easier for them, but in terms of not having the best lighting, it is kind of hard to see what's going on some of these. For example, the dark green pieces kind of blend in a little bit with the black, but again, that's a small nitpick. As long as you have good lighting, then that's not going to be a problem. All right, so on the left, we have the Black Series version of the Boba Fett helmet. One of the first things I notice on the LEGO version of the Boba Fett helmet is the red just stands out a lot more than the Black Series version. Now, obviously, if LEGO wanted to make this more accurate, it would probably involve some stickers to show the weathering and everything, and I'm really, really glad that this set in particular does not have stickers. I'm always a big fan of no stickers on LEGO sets, especially if it's an 18 plus set. Now, that is not to say in the future they could very, very well make another version of this LEGO Boba Fett helmet, perhaps a bigger scale, and maybe have some printed pieces in there to show the weathering, and that would just be insane. But for what it is, I think the LEGO version looks pretty darn good in terms of comparing it directly to the Black Series version. Although one small little detail that I did notice is this small little silver piece. I'm not really even sure what that's supposed to be. Obviously, there is no representation of it over here on the LEGO version. But if you just take a trusty little silver stud and place it in about the same location, I don't think that looks half bad. I mean, honestly, especially if it was like a flat tile that maybe had just a tiny bit of printing on it. I mean, they definitely could have added in some detail right there just to try to match the movie version a little bit better. Let me know what you think down in the comments if you think adding the silver stud makes it look any worse or makes it look any better. I don't necessarily think it's the most ideal way to represent that little detail right there, but I definitely think it actually does make it look a little bit closer to the movie version. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave that stud on there. I mean, even though it's a tiny, tiny detail, I think small things like that really can do a lot for a helmet, especially if it's one trying to represent the movie version as best as it can. So now looking at these helmets straight on, you can kind of see the comparison on the antennas that I was talking about. The LEGO version just looks a little too thick, and in fact, I think it is quite literally thicker than the Black Series version, even though the scales are completely different. Looking at this from the left profile, you can see it matches up with the stripes right there, as well as this white detailing and that stripe running down the side. And taking a look at the back of both of these helmets, the LEGO version does a very good job at representing these vents right here, how it sort of indents a little bit. They totally could have just put those grill pieces on a flat area, but they went out of their way to add in some level changing there and some nice layering to those plates. This might be a small gripe, but maybe some black detailing on this side to match up with that might be a little bit better, as well as maybe putting some kind of, I don't know, grill piece or something to represent that. Looking at the Black Series version a little bit more, it would have been maybe cool to see LEGO put a little bit more gray detailing on the top of the helmet, rather than just only having the dent right there. It does look really, really nice, but if they would have just sprinkled maybe a little bit more gray detailing into this helmet just to add in some more of that weathering, it could have really went a long way to make this helmet look just a little bit more movie accurate. But with all that criticism out of the way, I think the LEGO Boba Fett helmet is a very, very good look and a very good representation of the movie version, especially since this is the first version of anything like this. I know some people don't like the helmet line of these sets, but to be honest, I think display pieces like this are wonderful. I mean, we get enough play sets, so I think more stuff like this is ideal for a collector like myself. It's been like 2 hours and this thing is still warm. That's pretty awesome. But if we're going to give this thing a rating, I would give it a strong 9 out of 10. Other than the antenna being a little too thick for my liking and not including all of the detail that the movie version has, I still think this is a very good display piece and a very nice Boba Fett helmet at the end of the day. But let me know what you think about this one down in the comments, and let me know what you guys think about the whole helmet line in general. I would love to build the TIE Fighter pilot as well, and here's the Stormtrooper right here, so if you want me to review all of these helmets, then go ahead and mention that down in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. It was really fun trying to get you guys to guess what set I was going to review next and try to win a free minifigure, so I definitely would love to do something like that in the future as well. So let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this helmet series and specifically how you feel about the Boba Fett helmet. I read every single comment and I love chatting with you guys down there and I love hearing your feedback, so go ahead and get down there and let me know what you guys think. Also, if you enjoyed the review, go ahead and slap that like button and maybe consider subscribing. I really hate when some of those YouTubers just bang you over the head with subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. If you enjoy my content and you like talking about LEGO within my small community that I do have, and if you want to be involved with my current giveaway that I'm doing, then maybe go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel. At the time of this recording, I have 595 subscribers and I'm announcing my giveaway at 700 subscribers. I will put the link to my current giveaway down in the description below, so if you are new here and you are considering subscribing, go ahead and click that link below and you can see what that giveaway is all about. With all that stuff out of the way, thank you all so much for watching. This channel has come farther in 7 weeks than I would have thought I would have even done in an entire year. So to everybody that is subscribed and comments and likes all the videos, seriously, you all mean the world to me. So I really can't say it enough. Thank you all so much for watching. You all are amazing. As always, this has been Brent's Bricks, and remember, never stop building.